Hello, my name is Nick Huntington-Klein. I'm a professor here at Cal State Fullerton in the economics department. And I would like to tell you about why the economics major is a very good choice. And there's a bunch of reasons for it. So one of the reasons is that there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in economics, right? We're all about trying to explain how the world works through the lens of incentives, right? There's lots of reasons why people do what they do. And we are trying to untangle a lot of that stuff. And so you get into a lot of the details of just why society is organized the way that it is, right? Why our big business is so big? Why have we designed labor policies in the way that we do, right? Why are we concerned about taxes? Why are we concerned about markets? Why are we concerned about the way that we decide how big of a family to have, right? All of these, anytime there's a decision being made, there's an economist lurking in the background trying to think about why that decision is being made the way that it is. So you get to do a lot of deep thinking about just the way that the world works, and you get to learn a lot of cool stuff about the way that the world works. Plus, in addition to getting to think about things in that way and getting to learn how to see the world in sort of a new light, you also get a job at the end, which is a nice thing, right? So not every major that lets you think deeply about how the world works also gets you a job at the end. And economics is a very there's a lot of job opportunities that come out of it. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. So one of the nice things about it, as compared to say some of the other business majors, is that it's a lot more general. It doesn't force you to specialize too early. Right? If you go to be an accounting major, you're going to become an accountant at the end. If you become an economics major, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with that. You could, if you wanted, then go be an accountant, right? Go get your CPA, go be an accountant after that. But then you could also go be a manager. You could go start your own business. You could go into consulting or analytics. It doesn't force you to specialize too early, which in a world that is changing very rapidly, you might not want to do. You might not want to pigeonhole yourself too much. It also gives you a set of analytical tools that are generally applicable. Right? So anytime that there's a business making some sort of decisions or a governmental agency making some sort of decisions, there's always an economist lurking in the background trying to help them figure out the best way to make that decision that you possibly can, which means that there's a lot of job opportunities at the end. And I know that when you think about economics, the job opportunities don't necessarily come to mind very easily because it's not like finance or accounting where you know the job that you'll be getting. But there are a lot of jobs that economics majors go into. And they pay pretty well. Actually, outside and on a national level, outside of engineering, economics is generally the top paying major, just that there is, right? If you want to make a lot of money, you can go be an engineer. If you don't want to be an engineer, you can be an economist. So it tends to lead to a lot of lucrative opportunities, and it's interesting work. It's not just that you're plugging and chugging for the rest of your life. You generally, in jobs that economics degree lets you get to think. You get to do stuff. You get to plan projects and do research and go into lots of things. Some examples of this. So for example, in the nonprofit world or in the policy world, there's always economists trying to figure out what is the best policy to take, right? What's the most effective use of our money? How should we design policies in such a way it's going to get people to do what we want without disrupting their lives too much? In business, there's always economists trying to figure out how should we do things like set our prices? How should we organize our strategy? How should we do everything that we need to do, right? Because economists are experts at thinking about decisions, and there's always decisions to be made and decisions to be understood, right? If you want to understand how to run your business, you need to know how people are going to respond to what you do. And so that's one thing that economists are good at doing. So lots of analytical positions, lots of policy-based positions, lots of positions in the banking sector, lots of positions in the nonprofit sector, lots of positions in things like utilities. It's interesting work. It pays pretty well at the end. So you might want to give economics a try. So go ahead and try out some of the classes, see if you like them. And then hopefully we'll see you in the econ major or possibly in the business major with an econ concentration, which is another option. You're perhaps more interested in the business side of things, but you also want that sort of baseline level of tools that economics thinking will provide you with. So give it a thought.